live.
Okay, welcome to the Fan Train.
Yep. If y'all heard Brightline, welcome to Fan to Train, episode 104. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. Yeah. By the way, my sister is actually the one who brought me to this MLP nonsense.
Hey,
Oof.
that's my problem.
Oof.
I might have introduced you to it, but the one who decided to watch the series was you,
No,
not
you
me.
started it. No, you started it.
Oh my. But Brightline, what holiday train are you looking?
KC too, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Siblings. But
No,
Brightline,
I can't play right now.
hey Brightline, what holiday train are you looking forward for?
I think it's hard to pinpoint which one. I think the CSX one.
You do. You're gonna laugh at it, but you remember about a week and a half ago, I missed that train. You remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still feeling sour from that. Like, literally, I had no idea that train was going to come by.
That sucks, man. That sucks.
And yet, everybody, I'm sick again. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, but I already got sick 4 times in 5 weeks. Like,
Great.
that's not fun, you know?
I hope you get better.
I know.
Get well soon, my friend.
Oh, speaking of that, how do you feel about Brightline? How do you?
You're the only one who needs those words.
Ooh, thank you. So, Brightline, how do you feel about Brightline West getting ready to start breaking ground soon?
I feel so good. It feels great, satisfying. Like a satisfaction my soul right.
Oh, I know. And here, saying the airline, they're going to freak out about back. That for sure. Because,
I'm on Discord right now.
all right.
Getting on
So you want to call me over there?
No, I'm just using the computer, the other computer that should be off.
Ah, all right.
I'm on the laptop. He's on a Macintosh. One of the vintage computers that no longer exists.
That's not a Macintosh. This is a PC.
Whatever.
Oh. Brightline, I see why you try to roast your sister. I see why.
When did you know about the computer? These are PCs. These are Windows.
Brightline and his
Macintosh
sister.
are Apple.
Oh.
A little
I forgot that
pony.
difference.
Oh no, Val, no. No.
One little pony. A little
Oh,
pony.
good God,
One
Val.
little pony. One little pony. One little pony.
Don't freak out, but
You want to freak out?
my wife in the room and she trying to do this.
Hold on, one more.
One little pony. One little pony.
But
Oh,
but I will say this: the airlines are not going to be happy
really?
when Brightline fully operating from Las Vegas to LA. They're not going to be happy. That for sure.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you a lot of airlines are going to get screwed over from Las Vegas to LA, you know?
Okay. Whoa.
And
There's a huge
I-
gap here.
I can guarantee, and I'm going to say this, I can guarantee
I throw a number.
someone is going to lobby against it. Someone is going to try to lobby against it.
You can burn smoke.
Am I, Brightline, am I,
You're absolutely right. I don't think that Brooklyn would actually face another lawsuit just like NB Group in
I know,
California.
I know, because it's going to be harder because the area they're going through are going to go right through a desert, so there are not that many NIMBYs. So,
And through an interstate. Oh, NB's.
that too, Unless you got the car loving NIMBYs.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a car loving protesting against a freeway, like expansion against a freeway, like rail expansion in a freeway, no one's gonna protest against that.
I know the only people would probably protest it again if it going along the highway is the car NIMBYs and the car companies, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Because let's not forget that the enemy of high-speed rail and rail is the airlines and the car corporations. They're the two.
Yeah. Those guys are actually okay. The lobbyists in Washington. I'm gonna call them the lobbyists in Washington.
You mean the NIMBYs? That's not in my backyard.
Oh, I see your sister know what it is.
Yeah. But I call them bananas. It builds absolutely nothing near absolutely nothing anywhere near anybody.
No. First one.
Tell me about it.
Bananas, but how does that go in? I don't get it. How is that abbreviation? It's what you just said.
That
Yeah.
Brightline sister.
Hey,
Grandma
Brightline
Ding
sister.
Dong.
Oh, Val said hi, by the way.
This conversation drives me bananas.
But look, we know what they did in Texas back in the 90s and the 80s and the 90s with the lobbyists. Like, we know the airline, the oil company, like the oil company and the airline, both of them literally lobbied against high-speed rail, like did with the airline, oil. And also, when you did think about it, the car companies, too, you know? Like, Alden lobbied against it back then, and they won. It's so messed up, you know what I mean? This is why I'm dead against airlines. Like, the only time I would use an airplane if I ever get a chance to use one is either across the ocean or it's up in that way too far to ride by train. You know?
Yeah.
No gap.
Oh, well, wait. I actually talked about the article the other day about Amtrak. The Amtrak is gay.
Mm.
I'm gonna read this article, and I'm gonna read it to you. Right. I mean, Demetrius should actually cover this article from the Seattle Times. Let's see. It's gonna take a while.
Whoa. That's quite a gap. Whoa.
Upgrade Amtrak to stage with no high-speed rail. It's going to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
This is the article that I shared about last race. You remember, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
This article catches my eye, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
There are two visions for future passenger rail in Washington: Cascadia High-Speed Rail and Amtrak Cascade. Because they run at different speeds, the cost, infrastructure, and tax requirements are vastly different. We oppose the proposed our plan and recommend Amtrak Cascade as a widely used of land. Well, I don't know though.
Mm-hmm. And what I would say, like, if we get a victory with high-speed rail in that area, that would be a big step forward.
Here
Because
goes Mr. High Speed Rail Ambassador. Sorry, I roasted David.
A proposed our plan.
Hey,
not
hey.
good, but
Mhm.
upgrade the
Yes,
Amtrak
Valley Poo.
Cascade now. That's something.
I won. I am looking for next year. It's okay.
oh, I know. And the thing is that high-speed rail is something that we all would look forward to, you
High
know?
speed rail.
Yeah.
High speed rail like Philippines. If you have not
Like,
rails. Shit rails.
This what I'll be on it about, like, high-speed rail will actually be good for the country.
Well, that makes 24.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. But I'll be honest, there is a lot of people who are dead against high-speed rail in a way, you know? And no people are dead against high-speed rail are actually the airlines, car corporation, and all of that. Speaking of that, we got a train going by.
Alright.
That one thing about living by the A line or the trolley itself, we get trained every few hours, you know? Yep, look like we're going to have a meetup. We're going to have a meetup between two trains right by my house. But we need to invest in our rail infrastructure.
Gosh.
Am I right?
Gosh. A semi-truck just got stuck between on an overpass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That crazy.
Yeah. Let me share you this. Wait, you're in Messenger right now. Let me try to share this thing.
All right. I see your screen.
In Spanish. Look at this thing.
I see it. Wow.
It got stuck underneath an overpass.
Mm-hmm. And the car sent Rick Nimbies for you, you know?
Yikes.
Like, to be honest, they think, oh, everything is right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, imagine that happening in your country. I mean, it probably happened before.
Dude, it happened here in Soma, here in the U.S. It's just so funny to thinking about it.
Look at this thing.
Like, one thing I'll be honest about, and let me be honest, is that we keep on investing in car infrastructure, not in walkability, not in transit. Like, seriously? Like, we keep on investing in stuff that is terrible for our countries and the mental health. Am I right?
Right. Speaking about mental health, I believe no one doesn't even care about mental health except for the people.
Exactly. And saying it, they say, oh, ban all guns. That's just freaking stupid, you know?
Politics. Those who want to ban guns is based on politics. I'm going to say that.
I know, and the reality is that problem is for mental health, if we want to solve the problem of mental health, get rid of suburbia, put more programs into schools, and stop.
There's actually a suburb that's trying to convert from suburbia to transit right now.
I know.
It's in Los Angeles.
That a stalker.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, suburbia, we didn't need to get rid of it. You know, not even transit is going to fix it. Am I right?
Right, you're absolutely right. There's that huge urban development in that city that's going to change the suburbia as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
We like suburbia with transit, but like not car-centric suburbia. I'm talking about suburbia with trains or like suburbia with transit.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna call it subtransit. Subtransit. I don't know. We need to think of another name besides suburbia.
My point is, and what I'll be honest about, every one of the mass shooters in America, and I'm going to bring it up, and people don't connect the dots, come from suburban developments. Am I right?
Right.
And people don't want to ever talk about that. Everybody just wanted to sweep that under the rug and point at guns. And here's the thing. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Yeah.
And my point is that even if you ban all the guns, you're still going to have people who are going to stab people. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
Like, in my point, like, look at the United Kingdom. They have them. You can still have guns in the United Kingdom, but it's super strict on what guns you can have.
Yeah.
The problem is that they don't have gun violence. They actually have knife violence, where people are actually stabbing other people. And my point is that we're going to keep on ignoring it, and people are just going to get stabbed, if you know what I mean.
That is so true. All right, here's the article that I'm actually reading right now. Okay, so they oppose a proposed HSR plan, and they are recommending an Amtrak Cascades wider use of land. Okay, so basically, those plans sound good. I would like a high-speed rail plan and an Amtrak Cascades plan. But
I know.
It's better for them to upgrade the Amtrak Cascades as a high-speed rail plan, as part of the high-speed rail plan.
I know. My thing is, I think they should do both.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Why just do one when you could have both, and it would improve the quality of life?
Yeah, it's the best of both worlds. A proposed HSR plan, to me, a new HSR line doesn't make sense if we already have a rail line connecting those cities.
That's just so funny they say that because that's a pathetic excuse right there. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah.
That's the most pathetic excuse they can say. And I'll always say that if you're using something like that as an excuse to ban another rail line over another one, or not to do high-speed rail, then you should not be running transit or being an engineer,
Yeah, true. And by the way, I don't think Amtrak Cascades, well, you can actually upgrade the trains on that route, but it doesn't necessarily have, this line doesn't need high-speed rail, probably conventional rail or a higher speed rail, higher performance rail.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
And Brightline is not considered high-speed rail by most standards.
I know, but it is higher speed rail.
Yeah, higher speed rail. I think Amtrak Cascades is better off with higher speed rail than high speed rail.
Mm-hmm. You know what fun thing is, and what I'll be on it about is that the airline would have way worse over there if Amtrak decided to do high speed rail.
Yeah, true.
That would be very bad for the airline, because let's be honest, they make their money doing this shit. I hate, dude. I'm being on it. I hate getting sick.
I think Amtrak should actually revamp. If Amtrak is going to do high speed rail in the Cascade region, they should actually rename the Amtrak Cascade to Amtrak ESL Northwest, the Northwest Corridor.
Oh, that would be odd,
Yeah, we have the Northeast Corridor and the Northwest Corridor.
That is true. Now, let me bring up Brightline West and California high-speed rail. If Brightline West get done before California high-speed rail, it's going to be a big upset for government-owned companies,
Yeah.
Meaning everybody is going to be relying more on, private company to build high-speed rail than, run by the government.
I see. Speaking of Amtrak is running their coaches on the San Joaquin.
Oh.
Yeah. The capital train in
Yep.
California,
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, and San Francisco. They're actually experimenting in.
That's good news,
Yeah.
That is very good news, Brightline, and I'm not going to lie about. But we know for a fact there's going to be corruption and people who are going to try to stop this from happening. That for sure.
Okay, British Columbia. Okay, in this article, British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon signed an agreement to build ultra-high-speed rail to run at speeds at 220 miles per hour or more from Vancouver, BC to Portland, Oregon.
Oh, so that good.
Yeah.
You know, one thing they should have done even better would connect that all the way down to, Vancouver, Washington. That would be even better, you know?
From Vancouver, Washington to Vancouver, BC. Nice.
Am I right?
Yeah. You're absolutely
like
right.
they really missed out on that, you know? Oh my god, didn't remember the fuckery for people who don't understand the languages. Instead of getting on a train go to Vancouver, Canada, they end up taking a train to Vancouver, Washington, or Oregon.
That is so hilarious.
Like, got on the wrong train to the wrong train, but with the same name. That'd be total mindfuckery and hilariousness. Am I right?
Yeah. The high-speed rail proposal would be costly, chiefly in infrastructure and land requirements. An independent consultant summary and full final report to the Washington's Legislature Joint Transportation Committee details the approach complexity, decades-long timeline, and costs, likely up to $150 billion. Land requirements are vast: 220 miles of straight level right-of-way and 90 miles of tunnels under cities. To achieve high speeds, only 3 stops are indicated. There are no published stations or routes. The track would be a strip of land, the area of the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, about 3,000 acres, and take decades, not years, to build, as is occurring in California.
It won't take how long at California. It's pathetic that they're using California as an excuse, you know?
Yeah, true.
Because wait until stuff happen over there and people are going to go flip 180 and yeah, we need it. Yeah, we need it. Yeah, we need it. Like,
I don't know when this proposal would be approved, though. Is it for next year or it's going to be the year after? It depends on time.
I know, and my thing is, and I always bring it up, if you want something that can help you in the long run, go with the expensive option, because the more expensive it is up front, the cheaper it is in the long run. And I always say that, don't ever get fooled by the cheaper option. Don't ever, because those cheaper options are always things that will trick people in the long run, because the cheaper it is up front, the more expensive it is in the long run. I will always say that.
Okay. Meanwhile, Amtrak Cascades is our current 18-stop regional line from Vancouver, BC to Eugene, Oregon. But speed and reliability are limited to inadequate infrastructure. Only a few U.S. trains, such as Acela, Boston, Washington, BC, and Florida's new Right Line, run faster than 79 miles per hour. Amtrak Cascades has never met the 2.5-hour trip time between Seattle and Portland specified by our legislature in 1993. It was only 47% on time in 2022. Clearly unacceptable. The Washington. Yeah, you heard that.
I know, and that's funny because they never talk about the airline and how long it really takes with the airlines, you know?
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. They never talk about the airline with it, and when they bring up the airline, it would probably send a 180 saying, yeah, we need to go for high speed rail. Like, if everybody hear how bad the airlines are, it would push everybody into a 180 into wanting it. Am I right?
Right. Yeah. The WSDOT.
Funny.
Yeah, Washington. That's the Washington State Department of Transportation.
You know, if it's a DOT, you know they don't support rail. DOT always against rail because they're a car-based company, you know? Am I right?
Yeah.
Or agency.
They're actually... not necessarily, because... Not necessarily. State Department of Transportation's new Amtrak Cascade Service Development Plan has 5 options. None will achieve reliable 2.5-hour trip without new infrastructure investments. Among them, fully defines bypass curve revision, where speeds are now limited to 30 miles per hour, a new fast rail bridge over the Nisqually River for both Amtrak and Sound Transit trains, a 110 mile per hour third track between Lecky and Centralia, and more.
That is just so funny that they're doing it on purpose to make it harder for passenger rail. Like, we know they're doing it on purpose because if people go back to the 1950s, between the 40s and the 50s, all the way through the 80s, or not the 80s, but all the way up until the 70s when the interstate commerce come in and had their whole chain going, people would realize saying, hey, they're doing it on purpose to make it harder for high-speed rail to come here and trying to get everybody to take planes and cars instead, you know? Like, common sense would tell you that, you know?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to say this. I know that the Department of Transportation in Washington State, not to confuse with Washington, D.C., I know they have good intentions, but sometimes good intentions paves the road. Like, there's a saying that the road
to hell is built with good intentions.
Exactly.
Then, and I'll bring it up, then you have people who are from hell who will trick them into making them think they're doing something good to build the road to hell. Am I right?
Right. But let's see. Time will tell if this is of the right call, because time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
The Coalition of Rail, Health, and Climate groups that we represent advocates for those upgrades costing less than $15 billion on about 300 new acres compared to 3,000 for the high-speed rail proposal. That's 1/10 of the costs and 1/10 the new land requirement. WSDOT Joint Base Lewis McCord, the Nisqually Tribe, and the Pierce and Thurston counties must decide how best to carry people and goods across the Nisqually River. WSDOT's plan, widened Interstate 5 to 8 lanes, will increase the vehicle's miles travel past Billy Frank Jr. National Wildlife Refuge. This is contrary to legislative intent to decrease such travel and thus greenhouse gases statewide.
Sissy, am I right?
Yeah.
So, and I'll be honest, the same people are dedicated to high-speed rail are trying to promote one more lane on the interstate, bro. Am I right?
Right.
So, I'm sorry, but if I was there right now, I would have been calling them out on their bullshit and pointing out who really would benefit from the high-speed rail not being built. I would have pointed all of them fuckers out. I would have probably been like Demetria to the point where, if I remember, Demetria back when he was calling the people out, he got kicked out of a meeting, and then everybody started calling them out left and right like a pack of wolves.
Okay, this is the sentence that I highlighted. This is not about NIMBYs here. This is the legislature, the state legislature from Washington State, that is trying to, that is planning to expand Interstate 5.
Yeah, probably being paid by the car corporations. Am I right?
Typical of lobbyists.
To be honest, Bretland, I would have been calling them out right there too, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I would not be surprised if they're getting called out by, or not them, but I would not be surprised if they're getting paid by the big car corporation. Am I right about that?
This article is calling them out for that.
Mm-hmm.
That is contrary, hear this, that is contrary to legislate intent to decrease such travel and thus greenhouse gases statewide. That's what I've read.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
An upgraded Cascades and Sounder extension to Lacey can induce I-5 drivers to shift to passenger rail to avert this egregious climate mistake.
Like, Brett,
that is logical.
I know, Brightline, the mistake that caused it with the climate problem is when we decided to go from trains to car and planes. That when our mistake began. Because we kept on, and suburbia. Like, let's bring all three of those in, because, one, suburbia is a big scam, and it destroys a lot. And it don't save on space. Plus, it's bad for the environment, bad for people's mental health, physical health, all of it. Am I right?
Right.
So, there is no excuse for them to try to, say, nah, bro, we could do one more lane on the interstate. There's no excuse for it. Am I right?
Right. Now, and this article ends with this paragraph. We must choose wisely in 2024. Tell your legislators how you and your children want to use our precious green land. We need Amtrak Cascades upgrades by 2030 and ultra high rail in 2050 for our health and climate.
Oh, tell me about it. Well, the thing is that the people who are interested right now don't care about the future generations,
Yeah.
Oh.
The plan sounds plausible.
Uvel, turn the fans this way.
Not high-speed rail, but
turn the fans this way. I'm a little sweaty. Turn the fan. That better. But I'll say this, Brightline, is that the people who are in office right now are a bunch of boomers and Gen Xers, Now, even though the Gen Xer is a smaller generation than the millennial, my point is, and I'll be honest, even though the Gen Xer is a smaller generation than the millennial and Gen Z, they're going to be the problem because they're going to try to grab as much power as they can to hold on to. Am I right?
Right.
And that's the thing. We need to call it out and deny the people. We need to deny them and, point out the problem and why we don't need them. Am I right?
Right. Okay, let's Holiday Express. Actually watching seeing your live stream.
Oh, I know, Brightline. I know you're watching it. But let me be honest. We invest in the wrong crap. And our older, or not older, but younger generation paid the price. Am I right about that?
Right about that. All right. Let me show you. Here's a video that caught my eye. It's about Coltrane Baby Bullets.
Oh, Brightline, you watch him too? I'm talking about the Storm Chaser.
Oh, I see.
I watch that guy too, by the way.
Oh, trains are awesome?
Yeah, I watch Trains Are Awesome, also the Storm Chaser YouTube channel.
Nice. I watch that channel too.
Mm-hmm. But I'll be on it. What I'll be on about Brightline is that the people who are off it right now, they don't have our attention in. And then we have the idiots who drink the Kool-Aid and guns are bad are getting into office. It's stupid. Am I right?
Right. Oh, here's the video that I'm talking about. The project about a suburb. Well, a far-flung hillside suburb of LA. That's right. I spent way too many hours just sitting in my car, frustrated, wondering if there wasn't a better way to get around. Because I lived about 30 miles away from downtown LA and Hollywood, where all the fun things to do were, I really
all bored on the freeways fighting traffic. Miserable. But what I didn't know as a teenager is that we do have such a commuter rail system. It's called Metrolink. It covers the vast majority of Southern California. Many can go downtown LA. But there's something about Metrolink that probably explains why I and that friend is perfect. And that's the fact that the entire system would have at least carry 60,000 passengers on any day. This is such a low number considering that this guy is the biggest metro in the U.S. It's shocking we're ranked 9th in the entire United States for distance by ridership. And there's one main reason why this is the case. Horrible train frequency.
There you go. Now, what are your thoughts about this?
I agree. Like, if we want a reliable transit system, we got to tell them no hour, no 2 hour, it'll be 30, maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, true.
And the only city that is getting it right with reliable rail transit is Denver.
Yeah, true.
Like, they get 30-minute, 15-minute train service. Like, what the hell? Like,
frequencies can make or break a train schedule.
I know.
Early morning and late afternoon rush hours, you have to wait 2 to 3 hours for a train to come on any of the stations serviced by Metrolink. And that makes it pretty hard to use the system for anything other than commuting to a 9-to-5 job that's located right along the line. Plus, there's another reason why Metrolink gets slowed down. It's running on a double track like you're looking at here. Metrolink's passenger trains often have to wait for freight trains to pass them because they're running on the same track.
And that's a problem right there, you know? Because the Class 1, they need to start prioritizing passenger over freight.
Yeah, true.
You know, there's one province in Class 1 railroad, and that is CPKC.
Yeah.
Like, because they are supporting saying, hey, we want to do commuter rail and passenger rail. And that means they will probably be the first Class 1 in North America to have passenger rail since the 1980s and 70s.
Yeah. Right,
so that would be crazy.
Yeah, I've heard about CPKC. Let's continue the video.
Right, so there's nothing to do, nothing park and ride, and no use of nearby generating riders from the station naturally.
Another flaw, park and ride.
Yep.
That's a bad idea.
If you do a park and ride in transit, then you don't need to be an engineer.
I mean, it does work for airports, but
not for trains or buses. Like, literally, at the Citadel Mall, the mall in West Ashley, they have park and ride. Like, really. It's stupid.
Tell me about it. Alright, let's continue.
Well, you get a pretty good idea as to why there's a shortage of people who take Metrolink. But this isn't stupid. Because there's a agency out there that thinks it can help fix this problem and can't live with Metrolink. That's because the two forces, specifically the Metrolink, have just made a bunch of changes to the Antelope Valley lines shown here in green. In Santa Cruz, they're explaining that this will bring 45,000 more trips to the Antelope Valley line. So, what are they? Before I get into it, it's important for you to know that Antelope primarily looks like this, just a bunch of suburban developments surrounded by. You see?
Oh, I know. That's disgusting.
That's the suburb that I'm talking about. Let's get through the video.
And say what you want out of this type of lifestyle, it certainly isn't good for getting people to take transit because they're simply located so far have a car to get to a park and ride station to use it. realize that park and ride stations are generally only useful for bringing people to it who absolutely have to take the train. It doesn't generate new users who naturally live around where the station is, especially in cases like this where there's literally nothing around a station but fields.
Oh, they can act. Oh, listen, they're gonna use this land. This is gonna be a spoiler alert on this one. They can actually build something on that land.
Oh, I know.
Sold in some homes that are impossible to walk to. And in order to change that, Santa Clarita is completely ditching the playbook on how to design the urban enclave of Southern California. They're copying something that's technically only done in the more dense, beautiful parts of Southern California. That's called real transit development, which is why it's so shocking they're actually trying to emulate what this more urban part of LA is doing. They're bringing transit-oriented development to the suburbs. This is the new development that Santa Clarita and its developer are calling a car-optional LA station.
Car optional? Really? I would rather have car free.
The parking garage in an office building. And if we zoom out, there's also a nice little detached suburban nearby. And on this giant dirt lot is where the real impressive part is, because the developers plan on putting a giant mixed-use walkable village with all sorts of things that you would want to walk in your everyday life. They could build a mall there. Theaters, stores.
Thank God it's not a mall. Am I right?
Yeah. That's because of a brand new Metrolink station, as you could probably guess. And it's located right behind where that main mixed-use village is going to go. This station is already open despite the development only being half complete, and it's helping people live here car-free without the need to drive around anytime they want to get into LA. It's a pretty decent-looking station with a great new tunnel that allows people to go underneath the tracks and into the platform. It's got shade structures and even brand new bike walkers and restrooms. And probably most importantly, they built a brand new bus transfer terminal right by it. This will allow anyone who hops off the train to take one of Santa Clarita's bus lines that leads all throughout the inner city. All of this is great, but remember when I said Metrolink has horrible frequencies? How are people going to use the system and want it if that isn't changed? Well, that was the exact dilemma that the people who designed this station were thinking about as this development was being built out. But they did something that's extremely rare to see in Southern California. They collectively got together and fixed the problem. When this new station opened in October, Metrolink is almost every 2 to 3 hours on weekdays. They increased the frequency to nearly 1 per hour. Although there's a really annoying caveat that this hasn't been done on this station yet. It's still one right before it, and then all the way down the line to Union Station. But Metrolink is promising to extend these frequencies over to the Canyon Station once they get enough conductors and funding to do so. And when that happens pretty shortly, if you live at this development, you can just walk out your door, take the train and go to Burbank, some 20 miles away from this station, get lunch with a friend, and not have to worry too much about having to ride back. You have to wait until 4 p.m. for another train to come and you're stranded in Burbank with nothing to do. This crazy amount of waiting around has allowed Metrolink for over 30 years now. But the great news is these upgrades to the Antelope Valley line are just the beginning of a start to upgrading the entire system.
Provided trains throughout the day and into the evening on the Antelope Valley.
That's good news right there.
That was the CEO of Metrolink speaking at the grand opening of this new station.
Okay, now what is your take on that?
Good, but they still needed still hour not enough. 30 minutes would be better.
Yeah, you got a long ways to go. You're headed for the right direction.
They're headed for the right direction, but if they want to do even better, 30 minutes max.
Yeah. Once they have enough funding, they might probably do 30 minutes or 20 minutes.
20-minute would be even better, you know?
Yeah.
And he's alluding to this program called SCORE, which was announced a few years ago. Its goal is to drastically change Metrolink into a regional level of service where commuter frequencies are replaced with nearly 8 trains per hour on some lines, and at worst, 1 train per hour on the other lines. And this is important because I think the frequencies Metrolink is rolling out are key to enabling transit-oriented developments like Santa Clarita. drive. Help this new station is located so close to where people are going to live and work. What matters ultimately is that there's reliable, frequent service so that you can take it at any time of day that you need to. And for this development, that's the only reason it can ever get to the 45,000 commuter trips that this is predicted it will once it's complete. But just talking about these future improvements eventually, what can completely transform people's lives all throughout Southern California. They can avoid the most stressful part of their lives right now, driving around in their metal cages on hot, boring, flat stretches of freeways for hours every single day.
You like how he describes it?
Yeah, I would just say that if everybody say bright line, here Jane. If anybody tell me that car of freedom, then I said, oh, you support a metal cage.
Yeah.
That one way to shut them up real quick is to say, oh, you support a metal cage on wheel.
Yeah.
That a real quick way to get someone who supports cars and say cars are freedom to shut them up real quick.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, let's finish this video. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Just how much their quality of life can change if they make the switch to the train instead of driving on the freeway every day. Driving in Southern California is getting increasingly frustrating and miserable with all the road rage, gas prices, and just general disarray that's on our roads. And I can't stress just how much more chill it is to ride on the train than having to fight with people who commute in rush hour traffic on freeways. I hope that when these changes are made around the 2030s, people are going to intuitively look at a train that goes past them every 30 minutes while they're stuck on the freeway and make the decision to probably try something different companies to ride the And if enough people do this in mass, the changes that SCORE eventually plan on bringing system-wide, it will result in transit-oriented developments like this popping up all over the rest of Southern California. And the more people who have access to walkable communities like this right next to transit, well, that's all the better for Southern California's urbanist future.
That would be better for the whole U.S. too, you know?
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Oh, right. I did something funny. Just imagine riding in a partner train along the interstate and you see a traffic jam. Get what I would do.
What?
Open the window and flick the bird at everybody who is stuck in the traffic. Flick them the bird. You know, give it them all middle finger. Yeah. It would be icing on a cake.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right. You're absolutely right.
Because I'll be on about this. Seeing people get pissed off because they're stuck in traffic while people just flying by them in a train. That would be the most satisfying thing out there.
I mean, yeah, true. That is what I call road rage.
I know. But it would be so funny. Like it'd be on the icing on a cake who do smack it to people who support cars but hate trains.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Like you riding on a commuter train, flying by cars that are stuck in traffic, who hate trains and to let her drive cars. Just flick at them the bird because they're stuck in traffic in a way, you know? It would be icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But am I right about that?
You're absolutely right about that.
Because people are going to realize saying, hey, the car is not that reliable like last generation said it is. They lied to us. It'll be a big reality check to take to people who think car are freedom when they're more of a curse than anything.
I don't know what happened to it. Actually, I want to watch this video. It's curious that.
We don't know it.
we all dread it. It truly is the perfect place to experience the joy of bumper-to-bumper traffic at any time of day. But what if I told you that LA County just made a big investment for traffic reduction? Yep. $1.6 million is getting earmarked to reduce traffic jams along the 5. But don't expect the freeway to change, because that money is getting indicated over here to increase the frequency of the Antelope Valley line.
Brightline, you know what's funny? The Antelope Valley line in Train Sim World 4.
That is so cool.
It's pretty cool that actually in the game.
That is pretty neat.
But I'll be honest. Like, didn't imagine, like, you have someone on a train headed to the same place you are, but they get there faster than you because you took a car instead of a train.
Yeah. I think everyone should actually replicate the system across its network.
Like, my point is that commuter rail is superior.
Yeah, superior.
But my point is, if we want to improve, we gotta start standing up and fighting fire with fire by calling the car corporation and the people who support them out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I ever go to a transportation board meeting, I will call out the people saying, well, y'all being supported by the car corporation. I would not be surprised if the dealership and the car corporation are paying you to go against it or not do it. I would not be surprised at it. The moment I say that, I would probably get kicked out of the meeting.
Tell me about it.
Because they don't want people to hear about that. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. I mean, if you say that, you got them exposed right there.
Because everybody would realize saying, maybe the reason why the people are dead against rail bump because they're being paid by the competition.
Yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yeah, you gotta call them out because sometimes you gotta call them out. It's the best way to do that.
Heck, if we remember, Dimitri did that back in 2014 and 2015 when he went to one of them meetings. He called some people out, and that when their downfall began. Because he took down, not just that, but 4 corrupt mayors. Or when he went to that transportation board meeting and called them all out. Me and some of the other guys agreed if he did not did that, they would have probably kept on getting away with what they did. But the moment he called them out, it moment that they lost their leverage. Am I right? Because moment you call someone out for their corruption and then making money behind people's back and stealing, it's the moment that they lose everything because they don't have a leg to stand on. Everybody know how they're getting their money. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. Let's continue this video fast.
And this is Save Money, Save the Planet. I recently wrote this line several times in order to grab these pictures, which show just how empty it can feel. Creating more trains that look this empty is still the best use of space, and I'm about to prove it to you. This all comes down to the question of how full a train needs to be in order for it to become more space efficient than a car. So let's compare the sizes of the two vehicles. Let's pretend that everyone drives Toyota Camrys, which are 6 feet wide and about 16 feet long for a total footprint of 96.5 square feet. In comparison, a Metrolink passenger car measures 85 feet long and just a tad under 10 feet wide, with a total footprint of 835 square feet. This means that a Metrolink car takes up the same amount of space as 8.66 cars. Since Metrolink trains are typically made up of 4 passenger cars and 1 locomotive, one train ends up in the same space as 43.3 cars.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm. I hear it.
43.3 cars, huh? One train.
Oh, I know.
That's a lot of people.
And imagine that. Same amount of people you could get in a partner train car. You have more cars you got to put that in than you do a train. Would mean you can run less trains in 30-minute interval than having multiple cars on an interstate.
Absolutely true.
Brightline, you know my original plan today was to go rail fan and go trackside, but because I woke up 6 in the morning with coughing and hacking, I just said, no, let's just do the live stream instead. So I'm not going to let the day go to waste.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue this video.
And finally, when you account for the fact that the average car is 1.5 passengers, that means that those 43.3 cars get to be stuck in traffic with 66 total passengers. Now, if we look at the most recent fact sheet from Metrolink, we can see that the Antelope Valley line averaged 2,600 passengers on weekdays and about 1,500 passengers on weekends. If we divide those numbers by the total amount of trains running on the line at a time, we find out that a weekday train is carrying 120 passengers, while a weekend train is carrying 124. It turns out, these trains, which look close to empty, are actually twice as efficient as the cars. Rerunning these figures with the new info reveals that, while weekend service nearly reaches the threshold exactly, weekday service is still above the mark, making it more efficient than vehicles. And now that the new train timetable accommodates more people's schedules, it's likely that more people will start taking the trains, which will make them an even more efficient use of space.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I've wanted to take the trains at Glendale or Santa Clarita on the weekends for a long time, but I avoided it since I would end up in a situation where I'm ready to go home, but I have to wait hours for the next train. Now that won't be a problem. Keep in mind that this recent development in Los Angeles wasn't accidental. The local county supervisor, Catherine Moore, was a major force behind getting funding for this service. So if you live in a portion of LA County which doesn't have the Metrolink frequency that you want, and let's be honest, that should be everything you want you, then definitely take a second to look up who your supervisor is and shoot them an email telling them that you want money allocated to recent service. Oh, and if you want bonus points when sending your email, take a second to check out the list of support projects. These are projects already identified which Metrolink needs to complete in order to get closer to offering 30-minute train frequencies. If you happen to see one on there that affects your train line, then feel free to let your supervisor know that you also support that project and want to see it completed as quickly as possible. And better yet, fire one off to your local rep with all the same details. Your voice can make a difference, and you can be an agent of change in your community.
That is local politics for you.
Yep. Even Demetria brought that up. You know? He said the only way to get change is by, doing, from the lower area. Like local. Which is so true when you just think about it.
Since you're not rail fanning,
dude, it's already dark outside.
Yeah.
Heck, if it was summertime, I would have been out there. But
That's true.
I hate the heat. I prefer the cold.
Yeah, true. Alright, let's watch some rail fanning videos. These are okay, there's a lot of there's distance signal.
Oh, I've seen distance signal video before.
Yeah, true.
Same with South Florida Rail fan.
Yeah. I just described him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's... Rail fanning the Florida Paper Line.
That video is over a decade old.
Before we caught our first train, Q441 southbound, Waycross to Tampa.
Wait, you're Pacific Union.
That a U-boat.
Yeah, a U-boat.
Dude, it's sad that you don't see that anymore.
We're at Coleman Cemetery Road, around
Dude, if I had a video camera back in the day, around the 2010, like the early 2010, I would be getting those things like my life depended on it.
Two Florida Peninsula main lines in one day.
Am I right?
Track was still running the best line in those days, and we caught number 89, the Palmetto, running south.
Ah, the train that go by my house. You know? But, heck, I still remember when they had those box cars at baggage cars. I still remember that.
North 5 miles, and we caught this novelty at Wildwood Yard. The Jesse Jeep 40 had come south out of New York several days before, and was apparently pressed into maintenance and way service, pulling this cross-tie train.
Oh, yeah. A lot of locomotive from the Tessie system survived.
Operating on Leesburg.
But they're not that many anymore now.
One of their CF7s was resting
Florida Central Railroad. FCR.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool little short line.
We caught this northbounder. Though he was keeping radio silence as to his identity, we believe it was Q452 out of Miami. The timing and the consist were about right.
Mm-hmm. Conrail quality. They were probably around the 2000s, you know? Like, dude, I'll be honest. Didn't train him, but CXX back in the day were more colorful. Am I right?
My birthday's coming up.
Oh, that right. Your birthday is coming up. I almost forgot that, Brightline.
Yeah.
I know, about a week from now.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday, bud.
Yeah.
That I nearly forgot.
In Florida anymore. And in 2001, the Sunset Limited was still running all the way to Orlando. We caught it just north of the Green Cove Springs signal.
Oh, yeah, did it the early 2000s because that when Amtrak went from LA to the other side. Am I right? Damn, it sucked that they stopped that service in Louisiana, you know? It should be going all the way to Jacksonville. Am I right? Oh, Element, at least in railroad company that don't exist anymore.
South on the San Francisco was at North Pecan.
But it is sad that because it's crazy on how much railroading have changed in the last 15 to 20 years, you know?
Seminole Electric Power Plant when we heard two coal trains in the picture. We thought it best to backtrack, but we didn't get far when N170 overtook us from the south.
Those were the days. Am I right, Brightline? Hell, I remember every 2 to 3 days we had 2 coal trains came by on this line. Now maybe once in a blue moon. Now maybe once a month, once or twice a month.
Another train lit up the radio. wanted to get
another
a
Amtrak
train arriving in Seminole, but we weren't going to miss this one.
Mm-hmm. Those were the days.
And the A692, crossing just south of Boston, this is Amtrak 53, northbound auto train.
Oh, the auto train. Good days. Still get it, but it come at night. You know what I mean, Brightline? Oh. Yep. The Autorack that they had looked like boxcars back then, but they now look like normal Autoracks now.
This is Amtrak's second train.
A mile north on US 17 sat the entrance to Seminole Electric's Palatka Generating Station. We're just in time for a delivery.
Well, I was about to say that Amtrak used to have a Sunset Limited route.
They did. Sunset Limited went all the way up to Jacksonville.
That was the second train on the East Coast that used Superliner coaches.
Yep, Happy not second, third. There are trains that go from Washington, D.C. to Chicago.
Up until 2000, coal for this plant traveled a circuitous route down the Mississippi River by barge, across to Port St. Joe, Florida, transloaded to rail cars there, up the Appalachian-Colon Northern Railroad to Chattahoochee, there interchanged to the CSX.
Oh, that right, that river don't exist anymore.
Then down the Sanford sub to here at Boswick.
Brightline, pause the video. The railroad that he was talking about don't exist anymore. Like, half of the line is abandoned. It was abandoned around 08, 09.
That was 15 years ago.
Yep. Jane, is it that only a part of the line still exists for a, lumber yard and a paper mill. But the primary thing that line hauled with the primary was coal trains. Because it used to come from the port.
Southward and stopped at Palatka in time to meet Amtrak 92, the Silver Star.
This is the Silver Star.
Yep. It's sad what we lost, But hopefully stuff gets better, That's all I'm just saying. Because that train go past my house all the time. Or actually not that. I at PO 898. I meant, my bad.
Had to be put off the train. I hoped he knew someone in Palatka, Florida.
That part always cracked me up.
92, headed for dinner,
Danny
Harmon, along with Mike Woodruff and Larry Platt on the A line in Palatka, Florida, out.
One thing I love about Danny Harmon is because he actually been in South Carolina before. He actually did rail fan in Rivendell at one point. But that was a long time ago before I started my YouTube channel. I gotta check what video it was, but it was a long time ago, around the 2010s. But it's a crazy. Now, hopefully, because I'm off Monday and I'm feeling better Monday, I might try to do some rail fanning. Hopefully, by then, I feel better. But I do work tomorrow, so I'm probably going to be worn out from work. And if I don't fall asleep early enough, I'm probably going to end up getting screwed. But I will be honest, it's just crazy.
This would be
Currently here at Medley. We
got the man himself. The impossible to happen. And we got 418 just idling here. No action the day after Thanksgiving, but we hope to catch the 5-pack, aka Brightline, CSX, Amtrak, FBC, and of course, your everyday truck action. So sit tight. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A bit of a vlog style. And it's pouring like crazy here in Medley.
Right, like one thing I will say, I hate rail fanning in the rain.
Hope you guys enjoy.
Like, rail fanning in the rain is pretty annoying. I rather rail fan in the snow over the rain.
This is how LNG is fueled on the East Coast Railway.
This is how the locomotives fuel up.
Yep. Pretty cool, ain't it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I know. This
is how they do it.
Like, if anything is, the locomotives run way cleaner than diesel.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Being that Alaska Railroad is testing it out right now, too.
Yeah. Oh, you know, this is the first train that I rode when I was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first train that I rode.
Alright.
It had two GP49s in front of it.
Alright, so this right here is a very important document. This is Bernie Beaver's map. BP Beavers. These maps are no longer made. As far as I know, Mr. Beavers is no longer with us. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I've heard. Mr. Beavers was an artist who was commissioned by CSX and other railroads to make actual maps of the rail lines themselves. These are hand-drawn maps. Obviously, this is a copy. This isn't the original, but it doesn't matter. It's the closest we're going to get.
Wow.
Train routes. It was with special phone numbers that were needed, so train crews and maintenance away personnel had an access to this. This is way better than a track chart, in my opinion. But as the P630 approaches, we're going to pull up on my subdivision. Obviously, it's no longer produced. It is now known as the RTA. We're going to pull up the old First Street. Okay, so here we go. So this is the yard. Then you have Cairo Metro Transfer Station. This was in December of 2000. So the line was single track. It didn't have a double track yet. Here we are, the Iris signals with P630.
You know, not Brightline, but Amtrak now terminate at that station at the airport now.
Nice. I know.
It's right here, but you can't see it because the block of the top of the clipboard is blocking it. But Iris right there, FECRR and the CSX would be going south. FEC would be going east-west. And then if you pan over, there's the real thing. Iris interlock. This is the FEC heading east, and then that's heading west over there. And this is us north that way. There you go, pretty neat history right there.
This stuff is always cool. That I'm not gonna lie. Like, Brightline, how old is this video?
This is about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
But it did crazy.
This is the first time I see a four train with 4 cars.
You know that a good sign if they're 4 cars.
Yeah, crazy. Back in my day, they used to run it 3.
You do realize that means that partner traffic is picking up.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. like I always say it, if partner trains are getting longer, that means partner service is picking up even more. So that's good news.
It's actually odd to see a commuter train that has more cars. Back in my day,
I know, back in your day, in inventory. Am I right?
right?
So it is crazy how much have changed. But I know it did crazy at this point.
This is the Metro Rail. This is the station that I rode to. I rode the trail rails. I rode this commuter rail. I rode the commuter train from Fort Lauderdale all the way up to Miami. And from there, I rode downtown. Hey, that's
Oh, I know. But it's still crazy in a way.
Alright, I'm gonna leave this on. I'm gonna let you speak to my sister.
Oh.
I don't know anything about trains.
Oh boy.
She doesn't know anything about trains, but she's not gonna talk about trains, not necessarily. I'm gonna have some dinner.
All right. So, right. So, so what do you think of your brother? Oh. So, Brightline sister, what do you think of your brother?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, I'm here.
So, what do you think of your brother?
He was a nice guy.
I know you think he Corky, am I right? But Corky is a good thing, but one thing, what was the game you were playing?
JXE, Brazilian game developed in 2020.
Ah. It's a transit.
It's recent.
It a transit game, am I right? Like,
Repeat that.
is it a transit game?
Oh, no. Because it's not transit based. I'm gonna give you that.
Oh,
I can't move.
so what type of game is it again?
It's more of a creativity game. It's more of a creativity game. I mean, you can be who you want. You create what you want. Okay, the only thing you can't do is say what you want because there's a pre-selected chat to avoid safety issues.
Ah, that'd be smart, you know?
You can create what you want. You can be who you want. You can customize your own house. You can't say what you want because there's already a pre-selected chat.
All right, that'd be good, Zane.
So I'm building the trains from scratch, and it kind of takes me a while because the economy in the game. Okay, the economy in the game is good, but honestly, to buy the materials, there's like 250 per blocks, and it takes me more than I'm estimating 24 small blue blocks and more or less like I think I bought like 16 of those bigger ones. I can't even remember.
So it's just like Roblox, am I right?
Oh, Roblox.
You could say that, but I feel like the colors are a lot better. The graphics are a lot better. That's what I feel.
Oof. But it is crazy, that I'm not gonna lie about. Because back in the day, I used to been a game nut. Used to play
Okay.
used to play games all day back in the day.
Oh, big nuts.
Like I used to play Call of Duty, GTA, all of that. Like
Okay.
I used to play a lot.
Oh, David.
But as I got older, and I'll be honest about as I got older, it did feel like I gotten better at game, and want something more of a little bit of a challenge, if you know what I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna share the screen so you can see what it looks like to be in it.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Oh wow.
This is how the train station is looking right now. It's not a big thing. I told my brother to buy 12 of these blocks and it seems like he didn't listen. Anyway, well, because that's the first line here. That's where security's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're planning is we're gonna put the ticket booth over there, the lounge goes over here, and security is supposed to be here. But I noticed that by using these blocks with squares in them, the line is gonna be seen, and the line isn't exactly straight. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that.
So we're gonna swap to these blocks that are a bit more like tiles.
Hey.
That they're not exactly squares, but if there is a line that's kind of like this right here, it won't be so noticeable because it'll mix in.
But I'll be honest, I used to play Roblox back in the day when I was younger. You know?
Roblox is a bit like this in some sense.
Like, what I did on Roblox is that every time I went on there, I either played the first-person shooters that they have, or Lumber Tycoon, or even some of the train games that they had.
Roblox is a bit like this menu somehow in the first website.
That Val, Baby Yoda saying. Oh, one of the people are commenting in chat, by the way.
You see the screen?
Mm-hmm. I see the screen.
I was on the game just about now, but I decided to go back just to check out whether the screen was okay.
Alright.
Better safe than sorry. It's best to double check.
Oh, tell me about it.
So this is more or less what Roblox looked like. I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, I used to play Roblox too, but because it was boring, I just left.
Well, Roblox is getting more realistic now. Like, have you seen some of the stuff that's been going on? Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. I wonder what Roblox is up to, because honestly, I haven't been there in like, I don't know, 10 to 15 years. I'm not sure how long. How long has it been? I don't know. Visited Roblox in 2012 for the first time. Anyway, let's get out to the house island and teleport to the plaza. We're in the anime upgrade. Anime is not really my favorite, but it's there, and you can't just avoid updates even if you want to.
Oh, I know. You know, I've been trying to get Val to play Roblox before.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because she got me into playing PUBG, aka Player Battleground Unknown. She literally got me playing that mobile game. But I'll be honest, when I got bored with gaming, Val got me back into it. Like, my wife brought me back into gaming. Am I right, Val? Am I right about that?
I want to get back to gaming too. But I don't know where to start, and David should have known better.
Like, you got me hooked on gaming again.
It's already 7:22.
Oh, I know. You gotta wait until Frontline get back from dinner.
Ow! Charmander. Oh, Charmander, guys.
That Val. She always liked doing that, being goofy. One thing I always say, it's better to have a quirky and goofy wife than a drug addict wife.
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear.
Not a and I'm just saying, I would rather have a goofy and quirky wife who is a hard worker over someone who is a drug addict. If you know what I mean.
I couldn't hear because it just keeps cutting off. I couldn't hear the end.
Oh. It happens, but yeah. Oh, your brother back?
My brother's behind me, but he's saying that if I want to hear the whole phrase, I should go to the Discord server. But I don't get it. How's that supposed to work?
How's that supposed to work?
Oh.
Okay, I'm sharing this code.
Hold on.
That's it funny.
Alright. I
You-
said that I suggest that you should move to Discord because, yeah, it would work.
I hope, because I don't want the same thing that happened here happen like.
Oh boy. And one out. That bright line, you still there? Oh boy, my tablet decided. Like, YouTube decided it wanted to just act up on me.
Oh, it was the tablet.
Yeah, it my tablet. I need to get a new one soon, you know?
It's the tablet from his old tablet.
The tablet is 4 years old.
Oh.
So,
That's why the audio keeps cutting.
because it's about time for me to replace it because tablet is old and there are no more software update. Thing is, and I know it for a fact, when you're electronic, if you're not able to, to keep it up and you are having, if you don't have any more software update, it's time to retire a phone, Same with a tablet. One thing I learned, software updates, it's saying with them that, and I'll be on about this, software update, if you don't have them on your phone and you need them, it's time to get a new phone. Like what I learned, Val back. What I have learned is that if you don't have any new software update on a phone, laptop, or tablet, it's time to replace those. And the reason why, because those are taking time bomb before they start kicking the bucket. Because one thing I know from experience is that when a laptop is going to go, you can't stop it. Same with a phone. Same with a tablet. Because once them electronic devices don't get a software update or they don't update them continuously, that means you need to get a new one. That's something I learned long ago. Because
When it comes to updates, all I know is the game, but I didn't know it would apply to phones and like.
because moment that the phone stop updating, you'll have stuff that keep on downloading on your phone that you cannot stop. That stuff you cannot stop will eventually run your memory out, and eventually your memory drive will get corrupted. Depending on how bad it is, dependent on it. I'll always say this. It doesn't matter how good your phone is.
No matter how good your phone is, there will come a time when you need to replace it.
Exactly. You can have a good, reliable phone that may last 1 year. Or you can have a crappy phone that may last 4 years longer than the good one. It depends on how well the phone is sometimes and how well you take care of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like literally, the phone I just got, I might actually, and I'm just saying that because I did not have the phone for a year already, not even a year yet. I might have to replace it again because it don't have not even a year old, but the memory store phone worked wonderful. Like it worked very smoothly. It's just that the memory is what I'm having a problem with because it's something I know for a fact, and everybody need to take note of it. Just because your phone runs smoothly, you need to focus on the memory storage too. Because if you don't focus on the memory storage, eventually that will do your phone in.
Speaking about memory storage, there's this new app called TeraBox that gives you 2 terabytes of 2 terabytes. I'm not really sure that it will give you terabytes of storage space for free. I never tested the app.
Oh,
I was a bit skeptical about it.
but here, Jane, I don't do stuff like that. What I'm talking about is your internal storage. The internal storage, you can't move it over to an SD card or that. And what I have learned is that internal storage, once that run out, your phone is over. That I'll be on it about. When that internal storage eventually run out, and you can't even remove the stuff that already built up in it, then it's time to get a new phone. That's something I have learned a long ago. And I have learned for a fact that once your phone gets to that point, you can't salvage it. There's no way. And sometimes, no matter how much memory you try to get rid of, even if you try a factory reset, there's no way to save it. I tried.
I was just about to talk about that factory reset button.
What I learned is that the software you have in your phone, doesn't matter if you do a factory reset, once that phone gets to the point, you can't save it, even with a factory reset. And that's something I learned long ago. And I'm not even joking. Long ago, I learned that.
This is a piece of advice. It might come in handy eventually.
Yeah.
My advice, if you're ever buying a phone, buy one with a lot of memory storage. Always make sure the phone you're going with have a high memory storage capacity. That's what I will always say. And make sure you get a high capacity SD card for it too. One thing when I learned doing that, it's always good to get a high capacity memory card. Because if you don't do that, you're going to have a problem. Like,
technically, if you don't get a memory card or a memory stick, your information is lost for good and you can't save it.
Exactly. Because what I learned is that, and then I remember, if you don't have an SD card or a memory stick in your phone, eventually, and I mean eventually, and what I'm going to say is that if you don't have that, or if you don't make sure you maintain and get a new SD card every couple of years, because SD cards, they do have wear and tear on them. They do go bad after a while. You do have to transfer that memory over to another thing eventually. And what I learned is that when you're working on stuff, you got to make sure that everything up to tip-top state. Because I have seen that, and I will say it, don't slack off when it comes to your phone Because the moment you slack off and say, oh, I will just wait until it break, moment it break will be at the wrong time. The moment you start seeing your phone give you problem, don't wait until it gets stuck into a permanent reboot or if it can't, be rebooted at all. Because the moment you start seeing that the phone is not doing so well, that means it's time to get a whole new phone. And I always say this. The first sign that you need to get a new phone and when your phone is going into a reboot mode without, you doing it. Like, if it go into reboot while you're in the middle of doing something, that's the first sign. If the phone is dying very quickly, it's time to get a new phone.
That's the case in my phone. I mean, my phone could be at 15% and it just simply dies at that barely same 15. I'm like,
well, what I learned, and it's something I learned long ago, and I mean long ago, is that your phone, and what I'll be on it about, and I always say this, phones do give out after a while. But you got to make sure you know what you're doing, because if you don't get a new phone or transfer everything over to that new phone by then, it'll be too late. I learned it with my first phone that only had 4 gig of memory. Lasted me about a year to 2, and then finally it gave out. When it did,
I'm trying to open my camera to show you what my phone looks like. It's an LG Motorola. LG Motorola? Oh my god, I couldn't make stuff too long.
Well, what I learned is that LG are a good phone up to a certain thing, but after that, they start going bad. LG phones are pretty well, but, my thing is that...
I feel like Samsung is a lot better.
Yes, they are. My phone is a Samsung.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I'll always use Samsung, not Apple. I would say Apples are not that good of a project.
Yeah, Apples tend to run out of memory a lot faster.
Oh, they do. They run out of memory way faster than a Samsung. Like, heck, I had a friend who bought a phone with 400 gigs of memory. Not even 2 weeks after he got it, he only had 1 gig of memory left.
That was crazy. My mom had a laptop, a Samsung laptop, that lasted her over 10 years. We saved the laptop at the end, though.
Hey, well, the laptop I have right here that I'm doing a live stream on YouTube with, this laptop, I got this back in 2019. 2019. And it almost, technically almost 5 years old. And it's still working, And it's exactly what you call an Asus. It's a Chromebook. I had this Chromebook. This Chromebook, I had this for almost 5 years, and it's still working.
My family had a Chromebook that lasted like 5-6 years. We got it in like 2010, I think, and it lasted until 2017. I think 2019 was the time the Chromebook officially died.
Well, I take good care of my stuff, so when I take care of my stuff, it lasts longer than what people think.
Yeah.
I always say this. If you want your stuff to last for a long time, take good care of it. Don't flap it carelessly around. That I'll always say. Because it's something that I'll always say. When you carefully swing that stuff around, you screw it over. And that's something I remember long ago.
My brother's behind me.
Alright, is he done eating?
Yeah, it seems like, yeah, I think he is done eating.
But I'll always say this. Make
Yeah,
sure
we
you
talked about that
always
before.
take good care of your stuff. Because
Yeah.
I'll be honest, because the longer you take care of it, the longer it will last. And that's something I learned long ago. Hell, that's the reason why my second phone lasted for 3 years. Heck, it still works. It's just that I know eventually, sometime either this year or next year, it will kick the bucket. And that's something I learned. Know when your stuff is going to kick the bucket, because if you don't take it serious, eventually, and I mean eventually, it's going to, kick right over and you won't have nothing.
Okay. I got a question for you. Have you ever had HP laptops?
Nope.
You never had an HP before?
Actually, my mom might have. I'm not sure.
So my brother streams on an HP laptop, and my parents say that this is a bad brand. So far, I can't really say anything about it because it's been like a year since we had the laptop exactly. And so far, it's so good. We've been updating it like every month or so.
Good news about the laptop is that they're reliable. No joke. You won't have to replace those for about 10 to 15 years if you take good care of them.
Yeah.
So not trying to be mean, but I don't know why your parents are taking those laptops are bad, but they're actually pretty reliable.
I don't know. I think their first HP was probably already used, I feel.
Probably is, because if the laptop is not working good, if you bought it from a second-hand user, it would not work good. But this is what I'll always say. If you take good care of stuff, it will last a long time.
Okay.
And no one thinks about that.
Instead of using some advice, oh, so you use some other call.
Oh yeah. But it's just crazy when you just think about it.
All right, I'm back.
All right. It's about time, bud.
Oh, right now I can't use the computer. No.
Why?
She's playing a game right now. So,
Oh, all right.
anyways,
But you heard what me and her were talking about.
well, you were talking about computers inside the devices.
like Brightline. One thing I learned from having phone, laptop, and computer, if you start learning how to memory space and you cannot remove the memory space that is stuck on it, if you can't remove that, it's time to get a new phone. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I learned long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, my tip is, if your phone is running out of memory storage and you can't remove or delete that memory storage, that's a bad sign. You want to know why? Either that your phone is glitched to the point where you can't remove it, or you got a virus on it, or even the other thing, your phone software is finally taking up more memory than it should, you know? Because software updates are good, but there is a point where they do start sucking up memory space. That's something I learned long ago. Like, it's something I learned back when I was younger.
I mean, yeah, back in the day, you know that Windows 95 never seemed about Windows 95.
Oh, I heard about Windows 95. You know, Brightline, you know what's funny? Windows 98 came out that same year I was born, you know?
Yeah, I know that. And Windows 2000 came, I mean, well, Windows 2000 actually came before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
The same year. So, I mean, the most memorable operating system is Windows XP.
Oh, I heard how bad that one was.
No, that's a classic.
Yeah, that was a classic. I still remember. I mean, they had classical games in that way.
Pinball.
Yeah, it's 3D pinball. You know, you heard about the 3D pinball, Space Cadet Edition.
Yo, that was a classic, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I actually downloaded that in my computer.
Like,
I still play that to this day.
mm-hmm. Windows, it's just crazy on how far we have gotten, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yes or no?
But it is crazy. That I'm not lying about.
Yeah. I remember in the 1950s, computers were large.
Oh, yeah.
Dang large.
Like, just imagine all the stuff that everybody had, like cameras, radios, technically TVs and all that now fit in the palm of your hand. You know?
Yeah. It's how technology has evolved.
Oh, I know. Technology have evolved so far. It's just crazy, you know?
Okay, now I want to mention an example. And this is about something that is related, that is even related. You remember the old locomotives back in the 1900s?
Yes, I remember.
Those things were small back then. Look how locomotives are now.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. Like, how in the world do they think that process? Am I right?
Yeah.
It's really not. Am I right about that, Brightline?
You're absolutely right.
There's some stuff that people think that we went for is stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, am I right?
You're absolutely right.
But, yeah. But let's get back to Partner Rail. Like, we're about to see a big comeback when it comes to Partner Rail. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
And that's a good thing. But we need it, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, I'll be looking forward to what commuter rail systems we have by the time I'm in my 50s, you know?
Can't wait for that, huh?
Oh, I know. Even though I'll be in my 50s, at least I'll be still alive when the next generation have reliable transit, you know?
Yeah. I mean, whatever we can do right now, it affects generations after generations beyond us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's something that I will agree with.
The generations beyond us.
Like, the thing is, and I've always said it, cars are not freedom. They're a privilege.
Yeah.
And I always say it. People who think cars are freedom are not that smart, and I always rip them to shred by saying, oh, you support a metal cage on wheel.
There's another way to logical way to counter design.
I know, but sometimes they're sometimes hard-headed, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if you can't drive, what can you do with a person who can't drive?
Take a train.
Take a
Yep.
train. And if there are no trains,
Hey, I don't know. A bike? I don't think so. Those guys in a motorbike are super dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Like, let me be honest. People who are dead against commuter rail and keep on looking for the car and keep on treating it like a drug are the problem. Like, when will everybody ever learn that, oh, the problem is car-centric NIMBYs and their infrastructure, you know?
and by the way, I mean, the boomers have destroyed everything.
Oh, yeah, car infrastructure destroyed a lot. Am I right? Like,
Right.
Like, let me be honest. Car infrastructure is terrible. And, we say, oh, the car of the future to be all in off. Yeah, freedom. No, it ain't. The car is not free. It is not free, and most people don't think that way.
I mean, people who hate cars think that trains are communist. Oh, great.
Funny thing is that trains are what built this country.
What the fuck?
Yeah, funny thing.
Funny thing is, trains are what built the free world.
I mean, whenever you hear a boomer that mentions communists or communists, is something. I mean, it applies to everything they don't like.
I know. Like, they say, oh, you support transit? You're a communist. Oh, you support equal rights? You're a communist. Oh, you support, mixed use development? You're a communist. Oh, you're dead against interstate and tearing down people's houses for my car? You're a communist.
And racist. A communist and racist.
And, oh, do you like
Sorry,
these
David.
plastic bags? Oh, are you telling me to use plastic
Bags? Communist.
What?
Yeah, no. Are you telling me to
Plastic bags? Or
Like-
you boxes?
five cups of mayonnaise in my hand and use a plastic bag? Communist.
I know.
Communist everything? David, that's my band-aid.
I'm looking at it.
The cups of modern art? Communist.
I know. And
See
see,
the McDonald's neighbor on the other side of the road? Communist.
now here, funny thing.
Yo.
I do support gun rights and the right to bear arms. Y'all know about that. Am I right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And funny thing is that here's something else. When I say I support the right to bear arms and our second commitment to have the right for guns, everybody say, "Oh, you're a far leftist," you know?
And let this have been interventions for justice.
And some people think that we're far right. That's all.
I know, but here, Jane, and I'm going to bring up Russia. Russia have them super strict gun laws. You can't have a gun unless you're a cop or in the military. So, who's the real communists now? Am I right?
Right.
Heck, same with North Korea, China. I always like to bring up those examples because it shuts people up real quick, you know?
Yeah.
Heck, and I am going to bring up San Francisco. It's so funny that the moment that the leader of China got word that he had come into San Francisco, it's so freaking hilarious that they cleaned up and kicked all the homeless out because he was coming, you know? Am I right? San Francisco, it would better if we get rid of them communists out of there, you know?
Yeah.
Bro.
Speaking of communism, fallout.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm actually in for the war, although not for the actually pretty good tonight.
Oh, I know. The lore actually pretty good.
I mean, seriously, it would have been crazy. It would have been way. If we were living in that world, we would have been way worse off.
Oh, yeah. We would have been way worse off. Ooh, I'm sweating. Like, one thing I know about the Fallout universe is that technically we are in a new Cold War with China. Russia, let's be honest, is dying. Am I right?
It's already collapsed.
I know.
So,
I'm talking about the Russia we know right now is dying. Am I right?
yeah, you're absolutely right.
And if you remember in the Fallout universe, China died out. Or not China, Russia, I meant. You know?
Yeah. I mean, this back in the day it was called the Soviet Union.
I know. And funny thing is, if that is true, that mean, and I'm going to be honest about this, is that we're going to be seeing something like from the Fallout universe actually happen in real life. You know?
Not without Trump, except for the
Oh, I know.
Some people think that World War III is going to start because China and USA are fighting, but they're technically competing against each other in a way, but not like directly.
Like, it's crazy. Like, and then something I always point out sometimes is that the only way World War III will happen if Russia or China attack us first. Conventional mean because no one wants to use nukes. No one want to use nukes because we all know what will happen.
Yeah. The Fallout world is actually the result of what would happen if the United States and China would go to war again.
Mm-hmm.
Which I hope does not happen.
It will never happen.
It won't happen probably in our lifetime. Maybe in the next lifetime it will happen unless, you know, who run the Chinese government dies. Like, if he died, then that's good enough for us.
I mean, I doubt if the CCP is going to run the country, like, nationally. I doubt it because right now, China is collapsing.
I know China is dying right now as we speak. Like the people there are getting sick and tired of their government already, you know?
Yeah. There might be, there's going to be an overthrow over there. I want to say, an overthrow.
I would not be surprised if China go through another civil war like it did back between the 1900s and the 40s, you know? I would not be surprised. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
But yeah. But it is crazy if you know what I mean. There we go, got it. But I'll be honest, some of the crazy stuff does happen, you know? But there is something I will say. China won't be a superpower for another 50 years, you know? Like, I'll be honest. In our lifetime, we might see China collapse faster than the Soviet Union did. Am I right about that?
You're absolutely right.
Heck, and Russia, we might see Russia crash even faster and harder than what happened back when the Soviet Union collapsed. You know what I mean? So we might be seeing two superpowers collapse, and everybody already pointed at Mexico to be in the next superpower in the future, you know?
Yeah.
Which I would have to agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
because a lot of factories and business is moving down to Mexico. And that's probably one of the reasons why they're trying to get their rail system up to state for passenger rail and all that, because they know they're going to be booming in this time, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So they know they need to start getting their foot on the pedal to be way better off than China is.
David,
But am I right?
Yeah.
you look crazy
Okay,
for
so
But I am really looking forward to when Brightline start doing it thing in Las Vegas to LA. That I'm looking forward to. Because we're going to have another shitstorm with the airline. And that I'm looking forward to. Am I right? Like, am I right about that, Brightline? Like, the airline, they're going to be freaking out left and right. And here, Zane, I would talk to a friend about it, and a friend of mine and me agreed on this a couple of days ago. I did not talk about it on the live stream from yesterday, but we agreed if Brightline gets done first, we might see California High-Speed Rail try to, talk to, Brightline to run on some of their rails, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
And maybe try to, start construction from the one area right there that it both be a rail hub for both Brightline and California High-Speed Rail.
Yeah.
So we might see that happen. And if it do, dude, that might be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I think Brightline has already partnered up with the DOT about Caltrans.
Ooh. That you do realize that mean Brightline have a leg up over California High-Speed Rail. It's so funny.
Yeah.
That mean in our lifetime, we're probably going to see a privately owned company get high-speed rail done faster than a government-owned company,
Oh, David.
in our lifetime. So we might see that happen in our lifetime, and that would be crazy. Because that would mean we might be seeing more and more. Hell, I would not be surprised if they start building a high-speed rail from Savannah to Columbia. Not Columbia, but Savannah to Atlanta. You know what I mean? That would be a big, crazy step right there. Am I right?
Right.
And that would be a mind blower right there. It would be crazy. Oh boy, Vela doing our makeup. Am I right?
Yeah.
Look at that, everybody. She's doing her makeup. So, what railroad news we had for the last couple of days?
I don't know, actually. I haven't checked the news yet. It's still on the computer.
Oh yeah, that right. It have not been 4 to 6 days yet. It only been 3 days since the last train live stream. Ain't that funny?
Yeah.
Oh, David, you look crazy.
Yeah.
Homer.
But I will say this, is that I'm really excited for when the freight railroad finally get their act together. Am I right? The only two railroads that I can say for right now that have gotten their act together is CPKC and CSX.
Speaking of CSX, I haven't heard about Kentucky Fried Train of theirs.
Oh, I know. Heck, we all know CSX, Norfolk Southern is a butt of joke now. I remember when CSX been a butt of all jokes,
Yeah.
And funny thing is, and now that CSX is not the butt of jokes, it was only a matter of time before before another railroad became a butt of joke. Everybody was going to say it was going to be Union Pacific next until East Palestine happened. And they said, up Norfolk Southern.
Yeah.
You know?
Norfolk Southern?
Yep.
I say Norfolk Southern is a big joke.
Because they've been having derailment and stuff and not keeping their rail lines maintained. Am I right, Brightline?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Heck, they've been having derailment left and right. Instead of calling them Norfolk Southern, we should be calling them Norfolk Derailment.
What?
Am I right?
Absolutely right. Oh, take 59 now.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's just so funny because I have a Norfolk Southern Heritage Unit poster in the room.
Oh, God.
Like, and I'm making fun of the Class 1, you know?
You're making fun of the Georgia
Yeah, I know.
Southwestern?
No, not making fun of them.
You're making fun of those suckers?
Well, Norfolk Southern have not been doing so good lately, Vale. Am I right, Brightline?
Absolutely right.
It did what happened when you let PSR run your country. I mean, your company.
Oh, that's one of the companies I like to investments in my stocks.
I'm on the computer right
And
now.
I don't want to do
I'm on
Norfolk
the computer.
Southern or CSX, but you told me now that they're not doing well. Sad.
Yeah, but it is crazy.
I'm on the computer right now. I'm going to check on CSX right now. Okay, that was 3 days ago. Oh gosh, another derailment. CSX.
Oh,
Freight
boy.
train derails on South Delaware Avenue near the Packard Avenue Marine Terminal in South Philadelphia.
Oh, God.
In Pennsylvania.
Brightline, I will bring it up. I would not be surprised if that was caused by someone trying to steal metal from the rails. You know?
That sucks, man.
Because let's be honest. People in Philadelphia who are super broke, they would do stuff like that. Am I right?
True. Well, that was lucky. No hazardous materials were found in the boxcars.
One thing I would say, they don't hardly carry hazardous material in boxcars anymore. They don't hardly do that anyway. Though you don't see it that often.
That's the only news I can find. Get out to Norfolk 7. Well, we all know what CPKC is up to.
Ooh. Let's hear what they're doing.
Oh, gosh. A 15-month-old killed by Norfolk Southern train in Cumberland County. A 15-month-old?
Wow.
That's, oh, gosh. That is the worst news I had ever seen.
Ooh. Well, that
sucks, man.
That sucked. I'm not going to lie about that. Am I right?
Yeah. A 15-month. That guy's a baby.
50 months? Jeez, that's a couple of years, you know?
Yeah. Oh, God.
That almost 40 years right there.
God. That. Gosh, I feel so bad for the kid.
Oh, man. That sucks, you know?
Yeah, I know, that kind of sucks. that guy doesn't even know when he was on the tracks. I know. Most kids during that, like, most 50-month-olds don't know what they're doing. Like, the curiosity gets the best of them.
Oh. Oof. And he dead, am I right?
Yeah. Kind of sucks.
Oh. You can blame that on his parents, you know?
Yeah, true.
That would happen when you don't watch your kids.
Alright, this program was always a temporary one. Norfolk Southern spent over $21 million to relocate Ohioans displaced by a fiery crash, but that's ending.
Norfolk Southern for you. You know that,
was 2 days ago.
Brightline, you know that one train like that are going to haunt them until they become a fallen flag. That one train like that are going to haunt them until they become a fallen flag.
Okay.
Like,
Oh.
like, let not forget the train wreck that screwed over, Southern Pacific back in the 90s when it came to East Duffy Street. You remember that?
Yeah. Okay. Conservation Districts awards mini grants from Norfolk Southern funding. Oh, that's cool.
That is.
21 mini grants for clean water and healthy soil projects. That's good.
That is. Oof.
Chicago firefighters battle large truck fire in Norfolk Southern rail yard on Columbus Avenue.
Oof.
Another East Palestine disaster.
But into cargo this time. Oof.
Jeez, Chicago. Deep Chicago train.
Sound like an episode from Chicago Fire, am I right?
You're right. Alright, that's enough news for Norfolk Southern. Let's check on Union Pacific. Wait, this is something really weird. Union Pacific win perfect score for inclusive workplace. If they were winning that score, if they were winning that score, I would definitely prefer on the safety scale.
But that don't sound right. It don't, am I right?
It doesn't sound right. For inclusive workplace, where's the safety in that? Where's the safety in that?
There's no safety, am I right?
No, it's just about inclusivity. This is
Oh, I know. Look, I support equality, but wokeness, it did not equality. It did racist people trying to make their stuff look better. Am I right?
Yeah, true.
But let me bring it up. Most woke people I have known are racist. They are racist.
Tell me about it.
And if you're a white male, good God, if you're a white straight male, you better stay away from them because they'll make you look like a racist when they're a racist.
They just wanted to smear you, that's all.
Exactly. They're the racist ones.
Yeah. And instead of focusing on rail safety infrastructure, that's what they're focusing on? On inclusive work for an inclusive workplace? But UP already has an inclusive workplace.
I know.
That makes sense.
They're going down the same path as Bowen had,
Yeah. This is all about ESG scores, like environment, social, governance scores. That's what they're doing here.
Funny thing is, I would not be surprised it did come from California,
Well, possibly for the investors up in Wall Street.
That too, I always say this. Woke people are out with some of the most racist people out there.
I remember back when I was watching All Out War, where Chinese spies, on All Out War, Chinese spies were in Mama Dolce's, and they had a radio that blamed the Wall Street fat cats. It doesn't sound communist.
Oh,
they blamed the Wall Street the fat cats in Wall Street. They were the ones who caused the Sino-American War. That was in Fallout 4.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, geez, what a parallel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a parallel that's a parallel universe. Wall Street is basically the same, but this time they're using it's different.
Oh, I know. But you did gotta love it how, like, trying to know that they can use woke people against us, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like, let's be honest. The people who are woke who support China need to go to China because the moment that they get over there, they'll probably disappear, you know?
Tell me about it. And then they might want to come back again.
Yeah, and then they want to come back to USA and we had it far better in the USA.
Yeah, ironically. Alright, let's get back to Union Pacific. Pedestrian hit by Union Pacific train near Sparks Nugget.
Well.
Another pedestrian just got hit.
That sucks.
Union Pacific's Latino Employee Conference, Rail and Cultural Commercial Connecting Force. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. No. Union Pacific running well. That's what a laughing stock.
Oh, I know. That is so funny.
Alright, nothing new with Union Pacific. Let's go down to Fiesta.
Screw Union Pacific.
They've been one of the good ones. Now they're not.
Oh, screw up that.
One thing I learned, you become the hero. If you live long enough, at the hero, you eventually become the bad guy.
Oh, the bad thing?
Yeah. Nothing new. Nothing new.
Nothing new?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new.
What
3
new?
days ago. We got 3 days ago. Unidentified man struck and killed by CNSF train in Dickinson.
Mm.
Yeah, that's good.
Ooh. Oh, speaking of that, you know what crazy, and I will be honest about this? It still blow my mind what happened to Norfolk Southern about 2 weeks ago with that man trying to hijack a train, you know?
Tell me about it. Uh-huh.
Like, did you watch the body cam video?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's crazy because the guy was trying to hijack an intermodal train.
Gosh, that's billions of dollars worth of goods. Goods on
Really?
that train.
Oh, yeah. Looked like someone tried to pull a modern-day train robbery.
Oh, speaking of robberies, Mark Rover just tracked down the point. Just actually tracked down the roots of carjacking. Not carjackings, car robberies in San Francisco.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, these robbers are selling the same objects at their on one of their points.
That's it crazy.
Yeah, I think there's got to be public policy in place for that. But sadly for San Francisco, they don't care about that.
Like hell.
The mayor they don't care.
They don't care, and saying it, make it stricter where they can pay up to 15 years in jail for that shit, you know? Make the penalty severe enough where they say, okay, I don't want to lose half of my life or maybe and grow old in prison, you know?
They don't care. They all care about, number one, wokeism, racism, blah, blah, all that type of stuff that we just talked about.
I will always say this. The most dangerous and racist people are the woke. They're the most dangerous.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a friend who was stabbed by a woke supporter. Who was woke. And funny thing is, if you are saying that woke people are not dangerous, then that bullshit, you're high on something. Because I will be honest. I literally see woke people ganging up on people who don't support their ideal deal and beat them up. Am I right? There are literally video online, and I'm talking about on YouTube, where you can look up woke people to attacking normal other people. Am I right about that, Brightline?
You're absolutely right about that.
And heck, you're mixed. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
Like, you're Jamaican and black. Am I right about that?
You're absolutely right about that.
So, I'm not being the racist one here, so I'll be honest about that.
Alright, let's get back to trains right now. BNSF track repairs creates detours for Aurora drivers. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, track repairs. I know, they're improving their infrastructure.
I know.
Okay, let's go down to the Amtrak. Oh, this is recent. Amtrak Detroit Chicago routes to expand to Windsor.
Ooh, that a victory.
Yeah, that's a victory. Detroit Chicago.
Brightline, I'm not going to lie, but that would be a big step forward for Amtrak. Like, Amtrak having some good luck this year, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Amtrak having win after win after win this year, and that's wonderful. Am I right?
Right. And there's another one here, too. Amtrak could be making a return to Louisville. Here's what we know.
Louisville, Kentucky? Or
Yes.
Oh, that a victory in itself. Because Brightline, let me bring it up. The last partner train to Louisville, Kentucky with the Carolina Special. And that came from Charleston, South Carolina, all the way up to Louisville, Kentucky.
Breaking news. Brown announced his first step in expanding Amtrak in Ohio. Senator Sherrod Brown.
Oh, yeah. Swag like Ohio, baby.
Yeah. Amtrak is Chad.
Like,
Ohio's the Chad state in the union right now.
Like, I know the reason why Amtrak is doing it because Brightline gave them a wake-up call. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
Because let's be honest, if Brightline never had happened, Amtrak would not be doing what they're doing.
Okay, now, I guess let's head to Brightline right now. See what's going on.
Ooh, going over to Brightline news now.
U.S. high-speed rail projects get multi-billion boost from feds. Another win for Brightline and another win for passenger rail.
That another thing. Finally.
Brightline West granted $3 billion in federal funding.
Like Brightline. Did one thing, like, we're having victory after victory when it comes to rail. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
And I'm pretty excited for what we'll have down the line, you know?
Yeah.
Hopefully by the time I get into my 50s, we might have, you know, like commuter rail services that come out to the rural areas, like you see in Europe. Am I right?
Right.
Like those shuttle trains, or like, you know, like what I always supported with the S-Bonds and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the DMUs and all that. Hopefully we get stuff like that out here.
Okay, let's check on Sunrail right now. Public can learn about Sunrail expansion to Orlando Airport during meetings. Oh, okay.
Ooh. Alright, Brightline, I'm going to say it. Once they do that, it's over for the airlines. You want to know why?
Yeah, I know what you say.
Because you can literally get off a Brightline train at the intermodal facility, get onto a Sunrail train, and be in downtown Orlando in a matter of way quicker than an airplane in the car. This right here is going to be a big blow to the airlines.
Oh, the Sunshine Corridor. FEOT to hold public meetings this week on proposed Sunrail expansion.
To be honest, I think Sunrail are probably going to be the next big commuter rail that will probably have a big expansion in our lifetime, you know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It is crazy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it might be the second commuter rail in Florida to ever make an expansion. So first we have Tri-Rail that's trying to make its plans with the Coastal Rail Link program, and then we have Sunrail, it's Sunshine Corridor.
And I know a lot of other cities across the U.S. are taking notes of Brightline and the commuter rails down in Florida. A ton of them, even Amtrak. So we might see a big uptick, an explosion in new commuter rail lines. Am I right? Like, we're about to see something big happen that have not been seen in almost 100 years. Am I right, Brightline?
You're absolutely right.
We might have a big renaissance of passenger rail in the United States in our lifetime.
Okay, let's see. Letters, GOP debate, Sunrail waste, morning war dead, Kissinger's harmful legacy. Sunrail waste? What the heck? Who told this Sunrail waste? Huh? Who said that?
Probably car NIMBYs.
The Republicans.
Of course.
The Republicans.
Of course.
I mean, debate heck, chaos, empty promises. I, like many millions of others, watched the Republican presidential debate on Wednesday night, blah, blah, blah. Okay, spend Sunrail money on links? No, that's something that I don't agree. The Sentinel reported that expanding Sunrail service to the convention center and airport is going to cost $2 billion. To put this in perspective, $2 billion is enough to buy about 5,000 new buses for Lynx, which currently has 300 buses. Spending $2 billion on a Lynx bus service would give us one of the most effective and comprehensive public transit systems in the country. Spending $2 billion on Sunrail would get us 2 new train stations with no stops in between. Knowing this information, you can all draw your own conclusions.
That is so fucking hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Brett, like, you know, if I was in that room with them, I would have gave it to them. I would have knocked them down to ground, you know? I would have probably made them lose their job. Because I'll be pointing out all the stuff they're wrong about and pointing out saying, oh, I would be probably right if you are being paid by the car corporation to do this. Because let's be honest, buses are shitty. They are shitty. They're just used as a band-aid on car infrastructure. Am I right? At the moment I say that and said, oh, you're probably being paid by the car dealership and companies around here who work with the buses to stop the competition from happening. Because y'all feel threatened by Sunrail and by Brightline. And hell, y'all probably being paid by the airlines too. I would not be lying to thinking about that because let's be honest, I'll bring that up. Back in 2014, some retired CEO of American Airlines paid over $1 million to anti-rail group. And I would point out, Jane, y'all probably being paid by the airline to stop this. Moment I point all that out, they'll probably be pissing their pants.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Because they would have to back off if they don't want to lose their job.
Listen, doing this same thing like they've done 50 years ago, these policies have to stop. Like spending Sunrail money on lights, like this doesn't make any sense.
Like, and the buses, they're not cheaper in the long run. Like, the amount of buses you're going to get for that, you'd be spending more about 10 years later than you would be for a commuter rail. Am I right?
And you're absolutely right. And worse yet, most cities around the country are replacing buses with cars.
I know a lot of cities that need transit are getting fucked over. They're forcing everybody to buy cars. Did it not freedom? Did it fucking tyranny?
Tell me about it.
Forcing people to buy a car, taking their transit, getting rid of walkability, like making it day, oh, you gotta buy a car to go somewhere. That not fucking freedom. That fucking tyranny.
Who made this argument that Sunrail is a waste? Because I'm ready to lash out at the politician who said that.
Oh, I think you should.
Ready. Oh, I'm going to find out.
Brightline, you should find out, and you should make a saying why they're wrong and who paid them to do that.
Who the heck caused? I bet. Christine, it has to be some politician, some old politician there.
Probably is.
Yeah, because I don't know if it had made that argument before.
Heck, I heard, Brightline, I heard that a city up in New Jersey lost its bus transit system and they swap over to I don't know what they're called, but they're cars, but you have to call them or sit in an area. It's area for them to pick you up. It's like a taxi, but they treat it like a bus. It's stupid. You know what I mean?
I gotta figure out which ones are for transit or pro-transit and anti-transit.
Mostly the people. What I learned is the people who are mostly anti-transit are the ones who are being paid by the car dealership and you support car infrastructure and the insurance companies for it. And the gas station. That's what I have learned.
Yeah. I've actually learned that I remember that Vivek Ramaswamy just dominated that debate. That guy is throwing punches.
To be honest, I think it either him or Nikki Haley. Like them two, you know?
Yeah.
Now, Dana with Nikki Haley, she is a transit supporter. She is a transit supporter, and she also supports our right to bear arms. You know? But there's one thing I disagree with Swami, with him, that I disagree with, and that his stance on Ukraine, you know?
I think Ukraine, we've been wasting our taxpayer dollars there. We just want the war to get over with. And I think most Americans.
But here, Zane, if Ukraine loses that war, we get weaker.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget, the worst mistake our country made was leaving Afghanistan. I will always say that. Our worst mistake was leaving that country because it made it look weak.
Yeah.
And saying is that dangerous slope is that country have a bad habit of causing country that leave it to collapse. Like the British, the Russian with the Soviet Union, if you remember that.
Yeah. And then now we have China there.
To be honest, China is trying to work with them. They literally, that did some effed up shit, you know? That China is dealing with the Taliban, you know? And being all buddy-buddy. You notice that?
Oh, geez, Ramaswamy. Governor Nikki Haley is corrupt. This guy's throwing punches.
To be honest, Nikki Haley is not as corrupt at all of them. Trust me. She was the senator of South Carolina since I was younger, she have done some stuff that I agree with. Now, she did have a hard time trying to fight to bring transit here because, everybody else was anti-transit.
Here's the thing. Probably the only thing I don't like about Nikki Haley is, quote unquote, she works with a military contractor. That's the only thing.
Well, Jane her husband is military. Let's not forget that.
No, that's true.
Heck, I would not Brightline, here, Jane, I would not mind her being our first female president. I would not mind it. And here, Jane, it would be a crushing blow to not the Republican, the Democrat. Am I right?
Yeah.
It would be a crushing blow because Nikki Haley, if she became the president of the United States, it would be a crushing blow to the Democrats. And because you know how their female running who president or like vice president under Biden, we don't need her. Am I right?
Tell me about it. Miss Kamala Harris.
Yeah, look what she did to California. Like, Jesus Christ.
Gosh. Tell me about it. I know.
Like, no. Like, let's hope that they're out of office before the next president is here. And let's hope it's not a Democrat again.
Okay, now let's go for some memes.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what memes you're going to bring up with me this time. But hopefully, because I'm not Democrat or Republican, it's just that the Democrat, they showed how much they really care about the country and they don't.
It's not great.
I don't support Republicans either. Both sides are in the wrong. So let's see what memes you're going to send me today.
It's all about high-speed rail memes.
All right, you doing it on Messenger?
Yeah, I'm going to do it on Messenger.
Yeah, it would be easier that way. I don't have to cross over into Discord.
Did you ever notice high-speed rail trains don't seem to ever run off the rails?
Oh, it take a minute on my side, by the way.
Here. That's actually Roblox physics right there.
Oh, I know. There only been a couple of times that high-speed trains have derailed. One was back in 1998 from a design flaw on the GBE, or not GBE, the ICE in Germany, if you remember. And a couple other time were in China because of, corruption and cutting corners. Am I right? But there have been a few in Europe. Like there were one where some idiot left cows on the track and a high-speed train hit it and derailed and they were all in a tunnel. Which I will note this. High-speed trains can outly derail in a tunnel if you hit cows with them.
Yeah.
So I know that in a big group of cows.
I'm going to send you this meme. I'll be right back. I need a bathroom break.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you mean that was a meme.
No, that's not a meme. I'm seriously, I need a bathroom break. China, our trains go 270 miles per hour. Japan, our trains go 260 miles per hour. Europe, our trains go 220 miles per hour. North America. train.
I know. Or let me find a meme while you go to the bathroom. You know.
All right. BRB.
Because I still need to get you back for that one. Ooh. No, I'm not going to pull a Pensy. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's find... If y'all don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm looking for a meme for Brightline. Ah, I got one. Oh. Why waste money on a lawnmower when you can just use vegans? Ah! Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Brightline going to see the meme that I have set up for him. I sent him a couple of memes. I'm looking for a couple of memes right now. Oh, let me. I found him about 2. Let's find some funny memes. Then talk about more. Yeah. All right, you back, Brightline? All right. Oop. Nope, that not a meme, not a meme, not a meme. Oh god, stop your lagging. Come on. Oh my god. There we go. Like Brightline is going to laugh at the memes that I just sent him. Into my team, but please also. Oh, Brightline going to get a giggle out of some of the stuff that I sent him. Alright. Hey, Brightline, you back yet? Oh, you back? Oh, oh, he gonna laugh at the memes that I just sent him. Let's see other memes we have. Memes. I gotta organize stuff a little better on my tablet. Oh boy, look like the memory. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new tablet. As I gotten older. Or one thing I learned when it comes to tablets and stuff, and this is something I learned. At the moment that they start having problems after you had them for so long, it's time to get a new one. But I'm just waiting on Brightline to come back. Like real soon after we get done with the memes and stuff, I'll have to get ready to go to bed. Because I do got work at 7 in the morning like normal. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Brightline, you still there? Oh, and Messenger. Yep. Messenger have. There we go. All right, Brightline, you there? Brightline. Let me see if I can knock it back into working order. Right. Oh. Hey, you there? He really might be up. Look like I've got another meetup. Because Amtrak did pass and I hear another train right behind it. I mean, we just had to let by. Brightline. Hey, can you hear me? Oh yeah, it'll let by. Yep, let by. That mean in less than almost 3 hours we had 4 trains. To be honest, we kind of lucky. I did not rail fan today. I would have not been catching anything until sundown. Brightline. Hold on, everybody.
I'm back.
Oh, dude, I thought the internet or something was acting up because I thought. Oh, by the way, look at the memes I just sent you.
All right. Zach?
I just sent you a load of memes.
I mean, Zach. Oh, dear. Oh, let me catch up. Why waste money on lawnmowers when you can just use vegans? Yep.
Maynard Gate.
You're like, what a fine locomotive.
To be honest, I love Maynard Gate.
Crazy. That's crazy. You can't hide.
Mm-hmm.
Take a movie quote and add moved circumference hat to the end of it. Oh gosh.
Here we see a GP38 sneaking unprotected prey.
Here we see a GP38-2 Falcon. It's unsuspecting prey. My team. Let's play serious. Also my team.
Oh, yeah, we got a Karen joke in here.
Customer, I'm gonna get you fired. Me, anything else I can help you with?
Oh.
Friday. See you next week. Bye, Friday. Saturday. I missed you so much, Saturday. Oh, there's no need to cry. Monday. Oh yeah.
We all have that feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, you might be jealous at me, but my Mondays are not the worst. Unless I get sick. Like, that meme get me all the time.
Yeah.
Like, when I look at that meme, it makes me laugh because it's just so funny.
So accurate.
Alright, so let's see what you get. Or, like, what memes you have for me today.
Alright. Okay, let's see some. Oh, Reddit. Crazy Reddit. I rarely used Reddit before. Check this one out.
I would use Reddit, but some idiot banned my account because I did not do anything wrong.
Your crush, her father, her brother, her ex, her crush, you.
Oh, wait, 1 minute. Come on. I got it. I got to get... Alright.
Oh, gosh.
There we go. Like, your crush, her father, her brother, her ex, her crush, and you. Like, talking about being the Acela. Ain't that funny?
Yeah.
To be honest, not trying to hate on Acela, but it's starting to become the butt of jokes now. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I know.
Because the set is so old now. It's 20 years old. It's actually 23, going on 24. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
But, yeah. But it did crazy. Am I right about that?
You're absolutely right.
So what more memes do you got?
Does California teach basic math anymore? 109 miles. 119 miles of train tracks for $10.6 billion is 89 million per mile.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, huh?
Oh, I have not gotten the meme yet.
Here it is.
Nice one,
It's all about CHSR, the California High Speed Rail Authority.
One minute. Come on. I gotta get a new tablet, you know.
I know.
Here goes Mr. David Bond, being dramatic as he can be. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, does California cheat? It's just so funny when you did think of this. Hey. Hopefully that one meme don't screw me over, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
This Friday through Monday meme.
David!
Yes.
I call you Mr. Meme.
Because that should both be a meme. Am I right?
Right. Have you seen that meme?
Oh, the high-speed rail one?
Yeah.
One you just sent me? Yes.
Hey, you are so cute.
Crazy. I'm gonna send you this one. It's about this gadget bond.
David, remember you are
India.
tomorrow.
You know what I'm talking about? The hyper.
Oh, I know.
Remember, David, you are tomorrow.
I know.
This is how it looks in India. Hyperloops in India.
I know. Just imagine all those people getting crushed to death because of the no air, you know? Because of suction.
That kind of sucks.
We're roasting the Hyperloop. Elon Musk crap.
Come on, David, you little roasty king.
Well, Elon Musk admitted that he hated high-speed rail and he was trying to destroy it.
Anti-high-speed rail?
Yep. Sorry, but there are some stuff that I do agree with Elon Musk, but there are some stuff I will never.
Sorry, David, I was so in love with English.
Like him calling out Disney. That was what some of that needed to be done.
The Disney part?
Oh yeah. But any more memes? I guess yet.
High speed rail. That is America for you, folks.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I love this book.
Problem is, we don't want to invest in high-speed rail, and we want to invest in inferior technology, like airlines. Like I always say, that we went backward the moment we started investing in the cars and airports. That when we went backwards. Am I right?
Yep.
Right.
Ooh, little drama king. I call you drama king, David.
Oh,
I don't
you got me some memes.
Just kidding, David. Talk about
Yep. Well, I remember you had some memes about the memes that I just sent you. You were going back on me, right? I guess that was it.
Yeah, that was kind of it.
it.
Okay, I got you one more time.
Oh, brother! If you do that, I'm going to have to come right back next stream.
Who makes it too bright to sleep? Send it to the.
Oh my bright line! Come on!
I got you. It always has to come back, coming back right back at you.
Didn't know. Next live stream, I will be doing that again. But look like that second train is finally up to speed.
Yeah.
Literally, we had 4 trains in the last 3 hours on the line by my house.
Tell me about it.
Like, we did have a meetup earlier. Now we had a let-by between a freight train and Amtrak. So that's interesting. But, yeah. But, I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to Demetrius' next live stream, you know? Like, I am looking forward to it because, one, that's something I will hope that everything go right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I am looking forward. But, yeah.
Yeah. Here's another thing I just said to you. It took you 50 minutes to get home. Google Maps said it takes 12. Who is she?
Of course, this meme.
Oh, that's great.
Oop, I hear the DPU. Ooh. He's screaming. Meaning he going in at 8. But I will always laugh at it. There are sometimes that Google is right. But there are also sometimes that Google is wrong. You know?
Yeah.
But it is so funny. Like in a funny thing, am I right, Brightline?
Yeah. Yeah. Stomach sleepers versus side sleepers. Me who rotates in my sleep like a rotisserie chicken. That's me right there.
Same with me. I'm the bottom one. I will always be the bottom one, you know, no matter what.
Yeah. I sleep. I rotate in my sleep. That's literally me.
It's just so funny, if you know what I mean. Because I'm not a picky person when it comes to it. Did that when I sleep, I sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just so funny.
Yeah, it is so funny.
But, Jesus, that might be a long train that I'm hearing out there.
Tell me about it. Okay. I have to submit my invoices on time. I had to submit my invoices on time. The invoices are your business, not mine.
It's just so. It's just so funny, but I gotta get ready to go to bed, and I know you too because you got school tomorrow. Am I right, Brightline?
No, tomorrow is. I have a weekend tomorrow. I don't have school tomorrow.
Oh, like
Yeah.
I knew you were in school today. That was the one reason why I was worried that you might have not called. You know?
Tell me about it. Today's Saturday. I don't have school on Saturdays.
Oh, all right. So Saturday, Sundays, and Tuesday are the days you don't have school. Am I right?
You're absolutely right.
But yeah, but it's been a good one. Am I right, Brightline?
Yeah, it's been a good one.
But
2 hours.
I'll be 3 hours. We've been on live stream for 3 hours straight.
All right, let's conclude one for the one more, and then we're done.
Oh yeah, one more meme. One more meme, and then we'll be done. Oh, brother, is it? Oh, brother, here we go.
Mr. Bond, we've been expecting you.
Oh, come on, Brightline. Didn't know I'm going to get you on next live stream, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream. Please like and subscribe, and I hope everybody having a great Saturday night. I hope everybody having a great weekend. And Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody enjoyed. Bye, guys.
See you later. Till the next one.
Mm-hmm.